Hi, this video covers Formitize job types. Now you can save a huge amount of time by creating job type templates for each different type of job that you perform. To find the job types page, you go to Jobs in the main menu and then select Job Type. And to create a new job type, you select the New Job Type button on the right hand side. Okay, in this demonstration account we've set up 4 different job types and you can see the details here, including the color that we'd like this job type to appear in the scheduler. So I'll select the quarterly general inspection. Let's go and have a look at that and see how it's been set up. Here we are. Okay, first thing to note, there's 5 tabs across and there are 5 different elements to creating a job type. Now you certainly don't need to complete all of them. It's up to you how much detail you put into this, but I will say the more detail and time you spend getting them right, the more benefit it will be to your business. The first tab is the job details, and that's really just setting up the default information for each different type of job that you do. So we've got the short code, the quarterly general inspection, a title and a description. Again, you set the color here for the type of job. You can set the default duration and the priority. And I will say also that although this is a template, you can override it on a job-by-job basis. Okay, the other elements, I can attach specific job forms to this type of job and specific safety forms for this type of job. And underneath that is the safety first rule. So here we've got that safety first forms must be completed before accessing job forms. And what that means is when this job is dispatched to a user, they will see the safety first forms and the job forms. In this case, it's a job pre-start record and a work order, but they won't be able to open the work order until they have completed and submitted the job pre-start record. Okay, so it's a really important compliance tool if you choose to use it. Finally, it's the groups allowed to do this type of job. Alright, so that's the job details. If we move across to the next tab, you can see the job status updates. Now this is an awesome tool, particularly for small businesses. It enables you to communicate really effectively with the customer as the job moves through its stages. So you can see that you can send an email, an SMS, a letter, or create an internal task as the job moves through these different stages, from created to assigned to accepted to complete to overdue. So I guess a classic example is when a job is assigned to a technician, an automated email goes off to the customer thanking them for their business, attaching a photo of the technician that will be there on Friday to do the work. Alright, very powerful, and you can have as many job status updates as you like just by clicking the plus button and adding that detail in. Alright, the next one is future reminders. Now if you do any kind of recurring work, whether it be monthly inspections or annual audits or anything like that, you can set the system up to automatically communicate with the customer and remind them that this future business is due. And again, you can set it by email, SMS, letter, or create an internal task. And I guess the classic example is that if it's an annual inspection, a month before the inspection is due, you can trigger off a letter. 7 days before the job is due, you trigger off an email, and then the day before you can trigger off an SMS. And if it hasn't been confirmed by then, you can also create an internal task to call the customer and set the booking. All right. The reminders can be set X number of hours, days, or months, either before the due date or after the job is completed. So again, just a really powerful tool that's just automatically running in the background to ensure as much of your future business is being guaranteed as possible. The next tab is awesome. It enables you to automatically create and attach an invoice with every job that you create. So as soon as you create this type of job, this invoice will be automatically generated and you can automatically pull in the right line items and the default amount. Now don't forget, you can adjust that unit amount on a job-by-job basis. The final tab is the recurring profile. So if it is a monthly maintenance job or a weekly lawn mowing job or an annual inspection, whatever it might be, this is where you set up the recurring profile. And it means that once you've created this job, the profile will automatically kick in and create itself from then on. In this case, it's a quarterly inspection, so it's every 3 months, and you can end it either after a certain number of jobs have been completed or at a specific date. And the job will be created 3 days before the actual next due date. Okay, so that's the job type, as I said, you can pick and choose how much of the detail you want to put in there, but the more time you spend getting it exactly right, the more powerful it'll be for your business. So let's have a quick look at what that means when you actually are creating a job. So I'm going to Jobs and then New Job. And this is where I'm creating the job from the New Job page rather than from within the scheduler. And here we are. So this is the New Job page. First thing I do is either, if it's a new customer, put their details in, or select an existing customer. That will populate the billing name and contact name, brings all the company details across on the right hand side. And now, this is the part that we've been working on, the job type. I select the quarterly general inspection. That brings in the recurring detail so I can see what's involved there. It also creates the job type invoice automatically. And again, I can go in and have a look at that. It brings in the default line items and the default amount. I want to charge this customer slightly more, so I can override the 450 and make it 550. That's done. All right. So now the invoice is set. The job title, notes, priority, due, job duration are all preset by the job type. If I go into the recurring, that's all been set by the job type. And if I look at the forms, again, that's all been delivered from the job type, including the safety first rule. All right, so much of the work has been done by setting up the job type in the first place. Now I'll assign it to a user, and you can see that only the maintenance team are available to receive this job. So I'll give it to Blake and hit dispatch. So what happens now is that Blake will receive the job on his mobile device. It will preset all of those details. It'll attach the forms that are relevant to that type of job, ready to go. Now that's refreshed, and you can see automatically that the job number has been added. We've set a new recurring profile, so you can click on that link to see the recurring profile and adjust it if you need to. The invoice now has been automatically generated, 0046, and attached to the job, and I can go in and view that invoice, including the PDF if I want to from here. And the job number's been assigned automatically to the job. All right, so a huge amount of activity has happened by simply now selecting the billing name and selecting the job type, and the rest of it pretty much populates within an instant. Good, well that's job types, and I hope you can really take advantage of it. Thank you for your time.